Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another day of Street Fighter League Pro-JP 2021, coming in live with the official English broadcast. My name is Vicious, here with Xian, and we have our third day of this week's team battles going through for all of the killers here in Japan. But before we get into it, I gotta ask Xian, it's been a pretty long time since we saw day 2. How are you feeling about day number 3?
I think day number 3 has been pretty good. So far, we have a lot of heavy hitters today. We have, the Tokido's team, V6 Plus, FAP Roto Z. We also have Gyugan, Margot's team. They'll be old friends, playing along. We all know of these OG players. But first, we are going to go with Saishuken So versus Nagoya Oja Bodystar. That's what we're starting with.
Right, so we got to see a little bit of what's been going down for the last 2 days. Why don't you give the folks at home what's going on with the new system? Now that we don't have the ban system in place, we have the home and away system with the teams now.
So basically the away teams will be having one reserve, and we'll be having a first to 2 for the first 2 matches, and the last match will be a first to 3, and that will be 2 points each. So the system basically, for the away team, you'll be having a disadvantage. You'll get counterpicked because you'll be putting up your team first, and the home team has time to choose who they want to put out to fight against their teammate. So I believe they're going to be showing who they have decided to put on the away team, which is Nemo's team, Saishuken So.
Right, so we're looking at what's going to be happening for all 4 of these teams, really. Nagoya Oja Bodystar is going to be facing off against Saishunkan So Kumamoto. And of course, the following match after that is going to be the V6 Plus FAV Roto Z going up against Gilgun, as you can see from our schedule today. Right, this is the 12th of October. The next time around is going to be the 14th of October, where you'll see the follow-up between Mildom Beasts versus Kabufa Detonation, and then Good 8 Squad versus Shinobiism Gaming. We're going to see the rest of the teams just play it out in that schedule accordingly. It's pretty much going to be every other day for majority of October, but you want to make sure to pay close attention. Now, going into the results, right, and what we've been going through these last couple of days, have any of these results kind of surprised you thus far, Xian, in terms of day 1 results and day 2 results?
I think the results so far, hasn't really come to a big surprise. I think Good 8 Squad team has a really, really strong, appearance this year, with their team members all having champions of different, you can see that Margot's team, although has just started off with a struggle, but I think that they will be able to come back better as they have very good chemistry between the team, and then Momochi's team and Daigo's team, of course, is having a draw game, so I would say that that's actually pretty good.
Right. And you can see right now at the current positions, the current rankings, FAV Roto Z does have 5 points under their belt. That is because of the fact that Tokido won the pre-season matches, got first place for himself, so that boosted them up pretty significantly, as they're only allowed to pretty much get, how many points? Like, at most 4 in a setting. So they are above Good 8 Squad by 1 point. Good 8 Squad pretty much went undefeated. They had a flawless match in their first one against Team Gyogun. But we'll see how that's going to play out. We talk about Gyogun. They're going to be facing off against V6 or the Team FAV. Hopefully they can get a little bit more on the board, as they're currently in last place with 0. Saishukan also still trying to find some points on the board, currently sitting at 1 with a pretty significant deficit. And, we'll see how that plays out between them and Team Bodystars, right? When you talk about the teams currently, MOV, Dogura, Akira, and Oniki make up the composition for Bodystars, and then Shaisunkan, as you mentioned earlier, that's Nemo's team with Shuto, Nishikin, and Yanai.
I think the 8 Good Squad team so far is the only team that went 4-0, which is really impressive considering the fact that they are actually on the away side. I think this is something that is not really easy achievable, because they are on the away side. Every of their matches has to be counterpicked, but yet they show such a strong showing. I believe they looks like the favorite, or one of them at least, going into this tournament, having such a strong presence for day 1.
No, I completely agree with you. Looking at the current matchup at hand, though, let's kind of talk about Nagoya Oja Body Stars going up against Saishunkan Seoul. What do you think the matchup's going to be like, right? You have Team MOV, Dogura, Akira, and Oniki versus Nemo, Shuto, Nishikin, and Yanai. These are the teams that are in the lower half right now. Body Stars has 2 points. Saishunkan Seoul only has 1 point. How do you feel about going into this matchup right now, or at least for the first match?
For Saishunkan Seoul, where Nemo as the team leader, I honestly felt that the team, or Nemo's team, is a little bit weaker compared to the rest. We have a lot of new players, and generally the characters are not as strong. You have Nishikin, very strong Blanca, arguably one of the best, or the best Blanca. Has a Yana, a new first appearance. Today we're definitely going to be seeing him. He has been taking on a reserve seat for the last match that they played. But today we'll be seeing him, and I believe Nemo will still be the anchor this time, because being on the away team, I don't think that anyone is able to hold up to a 2-point match like this.
Right.
There we go. How do you think about home match?
So I like their attitude for the most part. They do have only 2 points. I want to see a little bit more coming in from their reserve, though. I want to see whether or not Oniki is going to be subbed in instead of Dogura, or will they go for the strategy of having double dictator. Actually, no. Akira is somebody that I wanted to see. I think, did they have the double dictator last time in their composition?
No, I think they actually rested the new player Oniki. So today will be the first appearance, I believe, for Yanai for the away team and Oniki for the home team. These are the 2 players that are also their first appearance in SFL. So I'm very looking forward to see what they will be bringing up to the table. They have a lot to prove for themselves. They want to do well. We know they want to do well, and I know they'll be very nervous as well. So I can't wait to see what the lineup will be. That Nemo has came up. For Saishunkan Seoul.
I was thinking to myself, like, how many other teams have the double main character lineup? And as you can see here, this is the roster. And I'm glad I asked that question, because you see double Yurien. Shuto coming up first with Yurien, Nishikin with Blanca, Nemo with his Yurien instead of Guild this time as well. And very interesting, Yanai is taking the reserve seat yet again. I'm really surprised that they decided to do that. So that's 1 minute right now for, Nagoya Oja team, to actually decide the sequence. I think they are smiling because they've been seeing like the 2 Urine. So their character chart doesn't really have a lot of, advantage against Urine besides Akira. Akira Kami is one of the strongest, pick against Urine, so there's no doubt we will be seeing Akira playing. But what position will you think he'll be playing? The first one or the 2-point match? You're talking about for Akira, right?
Yep, for Akira.
I would think he would probably go up against Shuto. I do like that match. Actually, for either one, any of the 1-point matches, to be quite honest with you, I would imagine one of the veterans would want to take on Nemo. But in all honesty, I do like having Akira go up against the anchor too. I like that idea just because it's Yurien versus Kami, right?
And it seems like Akira has been saying that he's actually really happy to see the lineup, and he actually surprised to see no Guild there from the Nemo side. So they were saying they're not really confident on the Guild matchup. So I guess this is gonna be a really happy sequence right there for Team Oja Body Star.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest things you were kind of looking for, right? Whether or not Nemo was going to pull out that Guild, because I don't know how many Guild players there are in Japan. I feel like Nemo's the only one really guiding that train along. He's the only one that has taken that character to that level, I feel like.
Yeah, oh, and there we go. We finally get to see the young blood. This is Oniki right here. He has relatively been kind of unknown. Although he's a UGM, and Bison, he is a young player as well. I don't think a lot of people is familiar with him and what he has to bring to the table, because even I myself, I would say I was not very familiar with him. He has a lot to prove, and I know he wants to bring this up to the table. And he'll be fighting against Shuto, one of the young, but I would consider him as a little bit more veteran as a young player because he has been traveling around. People do know who is Shuto. Yep.
Absolutely. And this is one of the things we were talking about earlier. Oniki being put up to plate, he's going to be rocking that Dictator. I do believe that means the reserve is going to be Dogura, right? They don't want to have that kind of matchup where they have two Dictators in their roster, contrary to what Saishikan Soul Kumamoto has done with the double Yuri in play. So we'll see how it plays out for the Body Stars in this matchup going into it.
That's the real advantage that home team really has. I think it's very significant that people didn't realize that they have the time to choose who they want to play, what counter pick. You know, they can take a look at the CFN now. They can practice the matchup right now as along their teammate is playing. There's so many things you could be doing as the home team. I think the advantage is something that is not being said. You know, like people think that it's just a home away, but I think it serves a lot more than what it is. Being able to counterpick your opponent in Street Fighter is definitely not something to be underlooked. How do you think about this counterpick system though?
I do enjoy it, actually. Still being able to rock your main character as well is one of the biggest things. Getting the max potential out of a player is what pretty much every Street Fighter fan and player wants to see, right? Anybody who's spectating a Street Fighter match, they want to see it at its max potential. I think having the home and away system still brings a little bit of that challenge also. So that's really fun to see. I'm just glad that they've started to implement newer rules into Street Fighter League overall, right?
Yes, I really agree. And I can't really see these new players shining because they mostly play only one character. Look at these young players. We have Yanai, Shuto, you know, and as well as Oniki. They mainly has one character that are very specialized in. A band system will generally, you know, enhance the players like the older players, the OGs, or the players who just have the ability to play many characters, you know, whenever they want, you know. And these new players may not stand a good chance to, you know, get their time. So this is definitely something that I really enjoy.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we were looking forward to, right? Seeing all of these Titans clash up against each other and seeing some of the new blood and seeing what they have to offer to the Street Fighter gods, really. I want to see what these newcomers have to step up to the plate and how much they've been practicing their game and what they have for the future of Street Fighter, really. Oniki says he's cleaned up his ear today to make sure he hears very clearly, as you heard from the interview. If you might have missed it, he wants to take it as seriously as possible. But to be quite honest with you, looking at Body Stars, this is the most concerned I've seen them look. You know, they're very much so characters. You see them pretty much smiling and laughing a good amount of the time. We see how animated Dogura and MOV can be, but they're looking pretty concerned going into it.
And Dogura will be the reserve for this time. The last time they played, Dogura scored 2 points for their team, you know, and he is now resting as an anchor, being more like an advisor, you know, to let his teammates do the job for him this time. And home team is for Nagoya, Oja, Body Star. They are now in the home team, so I really want them to get some points right here. And we're going to be seeing the matchup between M. Bison and Shuto. This will be a good one. A new player showcasing. I don't even know how he plays that, and let's go for it. Okay, a little bit slow plays right here. Definitely not the kind of style I expected. Young players usually have a really aggressive. There you go, Shuto, that's moving in with the dash.
Yeah, a little bit of formalities there, trying to check him out, see what he's about. Oniki already now pushed to the corner, but still swinging away. Yeah, big punish. He committed to it. I think he was trying to go for like a buffer, just a little bit too close.
Yep, and he gonna go up on a key confirm as well, but misses it. Don't forget, this is his first time in a big tournament like this. It's very normal to be feeling nervous, but right now he's trying to catch the what a whip punish that from Shuto. I'm really surprised. The sweep range looks kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but Shuto still managed to get that V-skill off, but now it's going to be all Oniki, right? V-trigger 2 on deck. We're going to see how Shuto is managing his ways out of the corner. EX scissor kick finds the mark. That was raw.
Whoop, and there you go. Shuto gets the EX hit, but now he's moving on to the pressure right here. But don't forget, Bison with V trigger 2 has a command grab right here. So, you know, Shuto doesn't want to see Bison getting near him. He's just going to keep the range. Nice Psycho Crusher. Ooh, on the
yes,
punishing the V shift.
I like that a lot. Bomb has been planted. Double throw over. This is kind of dangerous for Shuto. Wait a minute. The bomb's going to explode.
Oh, wow. What a timing right there. The explosion.
That timing happens between like what 7 to 8 seconds, right? I feel like, you know, I would look at least in-game seconds, not in real life. That's way too fast.
To calculate it. There's almost no way to calculate the bomb, so it's a little bit unfortunate, you know. Nice frame trap there from Shuto.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of these Bison players know exactly when that bomb's gonna go off. They have like certain sequences and still make it work out. I mean, Problem X is definitely one of those cats to really calculate the bomb explosion, but he's kind of a scientist. He's kind of a robot too. He's half and half. But Oniki having a great start.
Counting. Very amazing. Okay, EX hacker right there. Just keeping on his zoning game right here, baiting for the slide. Whenever Bison has the trigger, you know, any move can be made safe with the Psycho Crusher covering up.
Right.
That jet buffer was pretty out of nowhere. I was really surprised to see that jet buffer, you know, getting hit. Shuto has been leveling up, you know. Okay.
Maintaining his charge the whole time. Wow. I like that. That was sick.
Sick. That was sick. I had to say too. I don't know where he came from, that buffer on the stand like kick. Still getting a full combo. That was really ridiculous.
How does he know? He knows the range.
Yeah, how does he know, right? Like, that was out of nowhere. Back to the corner.
And look at the amount of
backing
pressure
off right now.
That was great. Yeah, he didn't want to overextend. He got a little bit of pressure going, trying to check the movement from Oniki, but then just backs away as soon as he knows it's not his turn anymore, which is fine. He doesn't want to get put into the corner, right? He doesn't want to get back thrown or anything like that.
There you go, Psycho Crusher safe from the slide. Shuto knows he just need one more hit right here. Any hit could have gone to the CA, you know. What? Are you serious? You just saw it?
That was nasty. That was actually disgusting. This guy...
There was a V-shift and he get into a forward medium punch into the tackle? How did he get that charge right there? That was like a buffering of the charge, you know. Forward medium punch into tackle after the V-shift. Wow. That execution right there, that was nasty. Crazy. You gotta... That is the highlight, man.
After the V-shift, very nice. Actually, really nice.
I was very impressed with the reaction right there, how he still managed to get like a combo like forward medium into the tackle. Very strong momentum right now.
Oh my god.
I can't believe what is happening right now. Bison, Oniki is trying to get
I'm still
momentum.
dumbfounded by the forward medium punch into tackle. I'm still like stuck on that moment. That's hard to do.
Yeah, and
that was actually
like,
insane.
After a V-shift as well, yeah, that thing really came dingling in my head right here. Just like you. Okay.
Oh my god.
Shuto trying to find the momentum back, you know. Here's the V trigger right here. It's just a one hit, the mirror. For anyone who knows, Duran's V trigger is very unreasonable. He can just do anything he wants. Wow, just
pretty unreasonable,
in.
yeah, that's actually the right word for it. Having two mirrors is actually pretty unreasonable.
Yep, you have to guess like not once, you know, and on block on hit, it just does a really good sequence as well. Nice, beating on the headbutt.
Ooh, it's an overhead Oniki. I like that. One more sequence, a throw will actually do it, and that's exactly it. The throw, the tick throw at that. 1-1, that was clean from Oniki.
Bison with a fuzzy gut, ending the round. No one expecting that. Like, why would you block a overhead, you know, from like Bison? That was really something. I like what he's bringing up to the table right here.
Jump light kick. A lot of the taller characters susceptible to that instant overhead, right? Some characters in the cast have access to some cheap stuff. Bison being one of them, having that hitbox on the the jump light kick. Oh, early crush counter start there for Oniki. You talk about how aggressive some of the early younger players are. Shuto is just trying to press buttons in between.
There you go, and you can see now he's not gonna give up the corner pressure. Now he got a hit confirm right here. He's not dropping anymore. He's getting really comfortable with the zone right here. Spends a meter, gets plus. Now, ooh, what a jugger! Drops it.
Yeah, I think he was opting for like the side switch.
Nah, the amount of tech throw that Oniki did is so demoralizing. Like for the other player, like when you are so high on the health and you refuse to take the throw, I feel like that really kind of demoralized the comeback momentum right there from Shuto. I really like Shuto using the sweep to be punished though.
Yeah, he's been spotting that out actually. He's attempted to do so a little bit, but found the mark this time against the standing heavy punch. Oh, speaking of heavy punches, the Psycho Axe coming in. Look at the damage and the carry. No tick throw. I think, yeah, Oniki was looking more so for any sort of reversal option, hence why he backed off so far away. And Shuto also using the double knees to get in closer. No whiff punish, or excuse me, no punish in general.
Oh, this is maybe it. The EX, one more pixel, guess. I like the challenge right there on the button. The mirror, you can never count Urine out in this situation. Shuto is very calm. He knows he needs to land the mirror on hit. He's not trying to land it on block. You can see how calm this young dude actually is. He's not trying to. There you go. He got the hit. Yeah, he's gonna go for a mix-up. He knows he needs a mix-up.
Oh my god, he's not gonna have enough though. If he gets another counter hit sequence, he'll get it, but no, sir. Is that? Damn, crouching heavy punch anti-air.
That was a very fast anti-air for him to press it that early. You know, I really like how Shuto is not even greedy. Like, I would say that even if I'm the player right there with 0 pixel, I would activate the B trigger on hit, you know, on block, you know, just to put out some pressure or something. I don't want to lose the game without the B trigger, but Shuto understand that he need to land the B trigger on hit so that he can get a mix-up, you know, to score a comeback. Like, this is something that a lot of players may not be calm enough to do that. Most of them were just like panicking, activating the B trigger, you know. So I really gotta give credit to Shuto even though he lost the round.
Yeah, I will say with Shuto, the way that he played it, you know, towards that ending, he could have had it. He did have critical art on deck, but he needed like a full, like a single touch and then maybe a confirm into critical art to possibly take it against Oniki. That's just a little bit too much to ask for the way that Oniki's been playing. And speaking of which, the New Blood getting the first W on the board for Body Stars is pretty crucial. You gotta be thinking to yourself, if you're one of the old guards like Dogra or MOV, they gotta be thinking to themselves, man, I'm glad we put him up. That was good.
This is not fair. Like, the Bison has no invincible move and it was always gonna be 0%, but Shuto has some nice EX hit butt. It was 50% out of 50%, so it was pretty good. What we're seeing so far from both players. Right now, it's very good that Oniki managed to build a momentum for his team. And being his first appearance in the SFL League, I think he did really, really well, you know. And now people are gonna take more notice about this player. Who do you think is gonna go up for the second match?
Going up for the second matchup, right? It's gonna be Nishikin. I do like Cammy for this one. I think Akira's gonna be just fine, and I think MOV versus Nemo is gonna be the matchup we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm inclined to believe that Akira might be the next one up to bat. How do you feel about it, Sam?
Now they have 1 minute to think about it. I feel that they already have decided pre-plan already. And just like you, I feel that Akira is the one, you know. Cammy against Urien looks like the best pick, you know, for someone like Nemo. I can't see how they'll use Cammy unless they're gonna try to score the guaranteed 1 point, which I think Cammy versus Blanca is a really, really good matchup. So
I agree.
If they want to put MOV as a good anchor against Nemo, that could be possible. 1 minute is up. They have to make the decision right now.
And you can hear how happy they all are from the Japanese side, from the Body Star side. They're all pretty ecstatic about Oniki's win, and MOV is pretty much saying, let's go as planned for the rest of their decision making here as to who's coming up next. That's going to be revealed pretty shortly. You think it's going to be Akira next?
I think they can go either way. You know, it all depends on how confident Akira is against Nemo, or MOV will be the one against. There you go. I guess we are both not right about this. They want to score the guaranteed point.
I said Akira was going second.
Oh no! Okay, that was my bad. But yeah, I think that was a really good. That was a really good one. Yeah. So I guess you're right for this, and we're gonna see Cammy versus Blanca.
Yeah, I do like this matchup overall. I think Cammy does a fantastic job of keeping Blanca contained from both aspects of the game, whether it's the ground game or the air approach. She covers it all pretty well. I think saving the reserve, or excuse me, saving MOV for Nemo is exactly what Body Stars would really need. But they need to go for as many points as possible. So I think this is the right route. Even if they do happen to falter in the anchor match, having it tied up is going to be just fine. So Cammy is definitely the pick.
Even if I think this is very great, and Nishikin Blanca has the previous one hasn't done very well, so I definitely want to see, want to redeem himself. Something about Nishikin is fun that he's become more handsome as well. I've seen his seen him for many years. He looks very young right now. I'm not really sure why. He looks very handsome now as well. Not like the Nishikin that I used to see.
He didn't care as much, but now that he's on Street Fighter League, he's like, it matters now. Everything matters.
Yeah, you're right. He feel like he really dressed up for the for Street Fighter, and I really like that.
And Nishikin is a name that's been around forever, too. A lot of these cats, man, they're getting introduced to some of these names. Although it's their first time in Street Fighter League, it's not their first time in the realm of Street Fighter. That's for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think when you think about Blanca, you think about Nishikin, for Japan. Nishikin is definitely the name, he don't even have a secondary character. He's just going in with Blanca, and it's just like when you think of Daosin, you think of Mochi for Japan, and when you think about Blanca, yeah, this is the name that you will always think of, when it comes to Blanca. He represents Blanca, and I believe it's gonna be forever.
Yeah, and he's, man, I gotta know, who was he playing before they even released Blanca? I didn't see a lot of Nishikin in general. Do you remember?
I think ever since Street Fighter 4, I've never seen Nishikin play another character.
I'm saying.
Not any other character. Only Blanca, so I don't think he plays any game without Blanca from my understanding so far. So I would like to, right now they're just reading out the tweets, for the supporters for Saishukan So.
Yeah, they are doing that right now. And then Shuta also adding a little bit of a tidbit there, saying that he slept 8 hours yesterday and another 2 hours for an afternoon nap. He's got a pretty open schedule, I feel like.
A young player. Okay, I guess we're gonna go in. Akira lost his match, the last one. He actually came out, so both of them want to redeem some points for the team, and we'll be seeing if Nishikin is able to counter this bad matchup in the Akira stage.
We'll see what happens. I like this.
A little bit passive.
And this is the kind of offense we wanted to see, right? Going into it against Blanca. I kind of want to know what Blanca is going to do, or what Nishikin's going to do to kind of stop this aggressiveness. But he's playing pretty active. The keep away style is working out so far against Akira.
So far, the main thing that has a Blanca play which is hard is not only you can't do Blanca ball in this matchup, like the jump in from what a bait right there, the hop back, from Nishikin. Like there's no proper way to stop like Cammy from coming in.
That was so early. Did you see the startup of the rainbow ball just get stuffed?
Yeah, Akira is so ready for everything. Again, the cross cut.
Oh my god. Oh, damn.
This matchup looking really bad, but you know, V-Trigger is there to save the day. No, the
That's no
V-Shield
hit?
didn't save it. One hit away. Is just one chance right there for Akira. But Nishiki
got
is
hit
not gonna
wrong.
let this over, you know.
That's unfortunate. Nishikin still gets the regular Blanca ball, actually, catching Akira off guard. Yeah, I'm
was
actually kind of
not-
confused. Go ahead.
That was not even safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he had blocked that, he would have got destroyed.
But I believe he had the V-Trigger to cover himself. So maybe that's why he still went for it. Maybe the V-Trigger is still active, just for a little bit. So he can cancel his Rainbow Ball. But look at this pressure as we were speaking, you know. Insane pressure, getting a P early on.
So much damage, so much control. Akira making sure he doesn't face the repercussions of that last round. No confirmed, he did get a low forward. Missed the opener.
And using the dive kick, if you can see Akira. Nishiki can use, Blanca can use down medium punch to anti-air, you know, against Kami. But with the change of trajectory, with the dive kick, now the EX dive kick, you know, Nishiki is having a lot of trouble trying to deal with him in the air. On the pressure right now.
Yes, I like that. Again, Akira just not letting Nishikin out of his sights. Every Rainbow Ball so far has been destroyed from close range. Nice block! Nice block!
That
And
was-
the cut to Kenny Punch. It's a critical art. He's so sick!
That was amazing. I had to say, you know, those VP against the Rainbow Ball, like you say, and like those blocks, he confirms Akira is playing super on point today.
Now it's up to Nishikin. What can he do to get back this round? He does have critical art building up. Maybe a couple of more hits would land him that critical art, but he needs a little bit more than that. A little bit of the tricky stuff. Command hops a lot. More times over, but not going to be enough. Oh boy.
Ben's gonna put him down to the little pixel. That may be the stage, the start of the comeback. No,
You thought
and
you
the
could dash? You're not allowed to after that. I don't think
She
there's
went a
enough
little
time.
bit greedy. I think that the dash is not really a bad choice. You know, if Akira didn't manage to, you know, check the dash, that could be Nishikin's round. So Nishikin is just trying to test the young man reaction right there, and so far didn't really work out, you know, so well. I would like to see him change his strategy right here. But the
Yeah.
dive kick so far has been so good against Nishikin, you know.
I was looking at it earlier. After the super for Blanca, you're +5. So I don't even think dashing would even work out because Blanca's dash is like what, 15, 16 frames?
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
at
like
least
what,
17
16
or more.
It says 4
So
dash
he
here
was
is
just-
16.
So he's just trying to steal it, you know, like to see if, you know, Akira is not ready for it. But I guess that didn't
Yeah.
turn out well.
Yeah. Can you believe this man Akira? He stopped another Rainbow Ball in the corner mad early. Ugh, nasty. So much control with his Kami.
I mean, having to DP those early EX Rainbow Ball is not easy. It seems like he has been practicing for it, you know. And I think that would took Nishikin by surprise. If Nishikin is training with Kami, I don't think the Kami he's training against will actually thought of like using the DP to stop again.
God! Yo,
4 in a
he
row.
is- That's gotta be, what, 100% so far?
Yes, that's 100%. 4 in a row. Like no EX ball, not only wasting the meter. Like they felt so demoralizing. A nice delay jet right here, putting him to 1 pixel guess for game. What could this
Yep,
be?
dash him twice, back throw will be more than enough. Oh, but the back throw still comes out from Nishikin instead. He fell for the bait and it still was within range.
Wow, he gets currently every single time between taking the throw or not, and this is not looking too well for Nishikin. Nishikin has to try a way to score the comeback. He has full meter though, you know. He did a down medium to the Blanca ball.
Oh.
No, not this.
You called it. You called it. He had the opening. It could have been it.
Now he's
boy.
1 hit away.
He had it again. Oh, and it tried to go up in the air. Akira with another anti-air.
I don't think Blanca down medium kick has a very easy hit confirm. You know, it's definitely not as easily confirmed. And Blanca needs to have the charge, you know, to even confirm it. You know, very unfair for charge character, unfortunately. He could have go for a down medium kick CA, but that may not even be enough. But Nishkin looking, he has done his best. You know, this is not an easy matchup, and I want to give it to him. Like you say, Akira done well, I think. You know the pick.
That was a lot of confidence going into it, to be honest with you. The way that he was controlling Nishikin in the corner and how early he would anti-air any of the rainbow balls, you could tell he's very familiar with the matchup. He's spotted it out and knew how to block the V-triggers. More importantly, I think the V-trigger pressure is what catches a lot of players off guard still to this day. I don't think Akira was susceptible to any of those mix-ups. He's blocked it very well. Even some of the command jumps that Nishikin tried to do at those sharper angles, Akira was still able to block those mix-ups.
Yep, he did V-shift, he did blocking, he did DP against the EX Blanca roll. You know, he has been checking the dash. You know, down medium kick confirm is on point. Overall, like, he practiced, you know, and did look at those anti. Tell me something about this percentage.
First of all, it looks amazing. 8 out of 10. I feel like there are certain instances where Blanca got away with neutral jumps and even like a jump away. I will say that's the only reason why it's 8, quote unquote 8 out of 10. But everything else, I feel like should have been 100, right? He did 100% on the reversals, invincible reversals, right? Excellent, excellent gameplay from Akira. Very, very impressive.
This is definitely not very easy, but as you've seen from the game, this percentage is absolutely, but being a Blanca player, 2 out of 6 is kind of fair because we know it's very difficult to anti-Kami, especially with a character like Blanca. You know, like a down medium punch, you know, have to deal with so many different trajectory. We can't really blame Nishkin for having an anti percentage like this. But I believe right now we'll be seeing their anchor.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be MOV going up against Nemo. That's Chun-Li potentially versus Yurian. Now, this is what we kind of prefaced it with earlier. We want to see the best composition possible for body stars to get as many points as possible. But as it stands right now, at worst, they can go 2-2, which isn't bad at all.
That's a pretty good, you know, but considering for someone like, you know, MOV's team, I would like to say that for Nagoya Oja, they should try to score all 4 points because they are now in a really good position. Chun-Li isn't really a bad pick, you know, against a character like Yurian. You know, Chun-Li has the good range of the buttons, he has the fireball, you know, a fast reverser to deal with the V-trigger one, the mirror of Yurian. You know, Jamin is a relatively very high and the jump heavy kick is very strong and in a way against Yurian. So I would really want to see MOV taking this now 4-0 against the team. But that would mean pretty bad day for, you know, Saishun Kanso. Both teams really need a point.
I agree. With the Violent Emperor, best believe he's looking to take out as many people in his path as possible. Team Saishunkan currently sitting at 1 point. They need as many as possible because they are aiming for that top 4 spot. If they manage to do so, they'll be in the lead over Mildon Beast and Shinobiism, both who haven't played yet. But again, still, we're gonna see how it plays out. The anchors are going in, and I like that they got the BCRF outfit, or at least the very special outfit from Chun-Li coming in from MOV.
That was so pretty, I have got to say. It's a really pretty outfit right there. Nice, an early down medium against the fireball. Chun-Li looking like he's having the answers against Yurian.
Nemo firing right back, did get the whip punish against the forward roundhouse. Big crush counter from the side of MOV. Gets the side switch, very smart. Back roundhouse to stop the knee drop, you know it.
He's sacrificing the damage, trying to get Yurian into the corner right here. Okay, a nice shimmy after the EX blocking the EX tackle. MOV is known to play, you know, well in the neutral game. Look at this, all those blocks, but you still gotta do the mirror right here. Second mirror incoming.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're just gonna walk up to him, catch the lows as well. That was very nice from the Violent Emperor. Nemo striking first blood in game 1 with the first round. That was the mirrors, man. Mirrors doing all the talking.
Nice confirm right there from MOV. That sequence from Nemo's V-Trigger one is actually really good. So right now it's like MOV's time to bite back. That's a nice safe jump. I believe he dropped the storm into the lightning leg. You know, now she put it into the corner. I don't really like the situation he's in right now. MOV just dropping the instant storm into the lightning leg caused him to be in this situation right here, which he has fought out pretty well to get out of it so far.
You were talking about how good that jumping roundhouse is. Oh, that's gonna be more than enough range and damage for MOV. Nice work. There has been a handful of times where I see him go into low forward fireball. I feel like maybe low forward into like lightning legs would be a little bit more beneficial. No, or at least. Oh no, he didn't have meter those last couple of times.
He has to hit confirm the down medium, you know, but this is something definitely incapable for someone like MOV. The good thing about down medium kick fireball is when you land a hit EX, there you go. You get a combo even after the hit. You don't have to hit confirm, you know, so it's very advantage as a pressure as well as the, you know, a tool for like gaining meter or like a good string right there.
Yeah. Does a good amount of meter with him, but still, Nemo back-to-back throws. MOV can't take it anymore. Not able to tech any of the following, but still another game to play. Nemo off to a pretty solid start. I will say MOV firing back in the second round wasn't too bad. I mean, the life deficit life differential between the two wasn't too vast. So Nemo's still trying to figure it out. MOV has another game to play as well.
So far, you know, this is the first to 3, so let's not forget about that. So MOV does have the time to adjust to this matchup, you know, and Nemo is the key player twice. Nice crouch counter.
Man, using the V-Scale 2 to kill a couple of frames on top of the body.
And now he gotta shoot out his V-Scale 2 fireball. Look at those fireball EX tackle all on point right here.
Oh my god, what a time to use the EX headbutt. Here comes the block. Aegis Deflector out of the way. MOV doesn't even want to handle any of those risks.
Nice raw activating right there. No, I feel like MOV hasn't played very well so far. He's been getting hit by a lot of random hits in the neutral.
That's too much free damage, right? I mean, especially if you're waking up, like, that's a good punish right there. Going for the target combo, Nemo does get it blocked. MOV firing right back with the EX legs. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna let it rip. That was fancy.
Nice combo. That's one more hit to start. He got away with it, and now we got an unreasonable mirror. This is a combo right here. You gotta give it a second high mirror. Or what is it gonna be?
God,
I don't like this situation.
Oh, regular.
He's so many options right here, but he couldn't really get the stun despite the good situation that Nemo is in. If Nemo doesn't close this round, this is not looking too good. He has such a good advantage situation, but he didn't really got the stun. That doesn't look.
Oh my god! He tried to shake her hand. He charged up the heavy, and MOV intercepted it instead, fighting for his life. I like that.
Okay, both players almost full meter right here. You can see a pretty chaos round right here. You know, both characters has a lot of ways to spend their meter. Or to say they have a lot of safe way to actually spend their meter. So you'll be seeing a lot of yellow flashes. Okay, there you go again.
My god! Checking the toes a little bit. MOV now with Signs of Life. EX headbutt! You already know he's trying to get that stat padded. He is going in back-to-back headbutts, I should say. Very, very nice there from Nemo.
Usually in a situation where both characters has full meter in the last round, you know, both characters will be spending their EX move, you know, to try to gain the momentum. And this time Nemo, you know, managed to use all of it, you know, to get a very good momentum pushing into it. And now it's 2-0. This is really not looking too good. And for SFL, it seems like the anchor match for the away team has always been winning. Is this a curse? Or is this just the way?
Damn, that's a really good observation, actually. Roto Z actually did the same thing, and then I think Body Star in the away position actually got it as well.
I'm very surprised,
excuse me.
Because being in the away team, like you do get counterpicked, and somehow you still be able to win most of the match. You know, does that mean that they are better at fighting bad matchups, or just the home team doesn't have like a good leadership, you know, to plan out the counterpick system? I may be wrong.
Maybe they don't
that.
have the character. Maybe they don't have a body on the team that actually gets the counterpick going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They only have 3-4 members. Maybe they don't have the correct character that can score the win. Okay, nice confirm right there from MOV.
Oh, what was that? Crouching jab that he caught with the forward roundhouse? Very nice.
Crush counter is always damaging from Chun-Li. Okay,
yeah,
one more,
almost getting to... Oh, you're dead. No, you dropped it! No, not like this! Not like this! MOV actually had it. All he had to do was confirm. He had the rest of the trigger. He could have gotten the critical art. That would have been a game on the board. That was nasty. No.
That was a very big choke right here.
Not like this.
That was for the win as well.
For the win.
This is not looking good. But full meter right here for MOV.
Xian, he's shook. It's over. It's over. He's shook. Throw the towel. Throw in the towel, Xian. It's over. It's over, baby. Look at that.
Nemo still with a swag combo right there, you know, after the stun, ending with a P, 3-0.
Oh. Not even a W on the board, unfortunately, for Body Stars. That was a clean donut. That is a donut on the side of MOV.
The first donut actually for, you know, an anchor team as well. I don't think any anchor team so far has gotten a donut, and this is the first one. Looking pretty happy, Team Nemo. Nemo has been holding up for his team.
Yeah, man. It's actually pretty rough, man. I will say, though, out of everything that MOV did, he did pick the right costume. That is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month outfit that SFI created specifically for the month of October here in the USA. Ryu also has it, but thank God that MOV picked the right costume. at least he got that.
That costume, I think everyone should, you know, have a chance to use it. I think that looks really good. I do want to use that costume. My character has been having a lack of costume, you know, so I do want to see more costume.
All of your characters, really.
Okay, there we go, percentage.
What is that? Invincible reversals, 4 out of 4 for the side of MOV. But what good did that do when you have the Violence Emperor with 50% on the board for anti-airs, as well as 75% for EX headbutts? I like that.
That's very crazy. This is the highest invincible percentage we've seen so far, right?
I agree. I think so. In terms of like how many were actually landed, like 4 for both sides, 4 out of 4 for MOV, and then 3 out of 4 for Nemo. Pretty good percentages.
I think this percentage was kind of nice. I kind of stopped taking more notice about the anti-air part, you know, since it's really subjective character, but this invincible percentage has been looking pretty nice. We're gonna see some highlights right here.
Yeah, overall, the W actually, in terms of like the amount of games won, that definitely went to Body Stars. But as it turns out, with the points and the anchor system, Saishinkan are the ones that are going to be, you know, tying it up. Nemo with a very impressive 3-0. But I will say, the person that impressed us the most, I think this is, you know, I'm pretty sure I can speak for you on this one. Oniki getting that W against Shuto was very impressive.
But this V-shift from Shuto though, like, we need to see that again. I will never get bored of seeing that V-shift, you know, into the forward medium tackle. That was very, very impressive. And we got a Fuzzy Gut. This has to be the best match of the day so far. Like, there's so many cool stuff. Totally like,
No, there was so many instances that impressed both of us, right? We talked about the V shift into maintaining the charge into forward medium punch tackle. That was super clean. And then Oniki showing us the character specifics and the anti-air. Also, more importantly, you kind of popped off on that one. It's like, how did you get that so quickly? And I was feeling the same way.
Oh, and now that I look at this replay, like the EX DP, the DP against the EX Blanca roll, like that is something that these two matches are actually really good. Like the amount of DP that Akira land on the, and those blocking of the V trigger too, the B shift. You see, look at those B shift and block every timing. Hit confirm. Wow. Now looking back, this match is really a display of skills right there from Akira.
Very true. Very, very true. It's good to see actually how much practice Akira has had against a character like Blanca, right? You can just see how much comfort he had in the matchup. Michigan, however, did have his moments as well. It was very close, but he tried to get away with the sneaky stuff instead of playing the numbers, right? You're only +5 after that critical art hits. He tried to go for something a little bit extra.
Wow, look at those DP again. I gotta see this the highest level I've seen this matchup. Honestly, I haven't even seen this matchup much. The last time I saw this matchup was actually Nakadu versus Alex Vi. That's how long I have not seen a Blanca in a tournament.
That's true, actually. I haven't seen... The only two people I know that play Blanca still, at least from my area, are Dangadias and Valle. But barely.
Okay, there's a really nice 6-set play, from Nemo, as you can see. Like, doing an EX tackle, although it's 0 on block after the 2 hits, activating the mirror allow you to get like +5. So like, this is a very sick sequence right there from Nemo. Nemo is definitely one of the king of set plays when it comes to... Every character he plays has like a very good sequence of set play that he... Kind of, you can say he's a training mode monster.
Yes. He grinds out a ton of games too. He streams pretty often, a lot of his progress with a multitude of characters, Gil, Yurien, Oro even as well.
Yep.
So you're absolutely right when it comes to him being a lab monster and just someone who just stays in the lab, or someone who stays practicing all the time. That was the critical drop right here. You hate to see it because the amount of life that Nemo had left was just enough to like falter with critical art.
Yeah, and that will be like a 2-1 right there instead of a 3-0. I feel like that really heavily changes the momentum. And, MOV is a very strong player, but I feel like he hasn't been doing well more like in tournaments. I think he's very nervous. His gameplay got a lot more nervous when it comes to tournament rather than his casual, and I hope to see, he can bring back, who he used to be.
Right.
And I think I'll be having some interviews coming up, for the winning team. To say this has no winning team, but it's a nice draw.
Yeah, they're going to go straight into the home team. I'd imagine as the reserve with Dogura. Overall, I think with their other players, I think they did very well, right? Seeing the progress or seeing the potential of Akira and Oniki in this matchup is going to be absolutely great for a lot of the strategies going forward, right? Despite them having 2 dictators on their team, I do believe the playstyles are vastly different between Dogura and Oniki.
And look at MOV, he has to be sad because the 2 young players in his team actually done really well. The match is really impressive as well, and MOV definitely do not wish that he has the OG, would fail the team. As a OG, you always, I believe they all have a lot of respect, just as I had a lot of respect for, OG players like them. I think they're very happy to see their young players actually doing so well. This is always a gift,
No, without a doubt. Oniki saying he's absolutely relieved to have won and played his plan. Akira looking pretty happy about his performance as well, but you mentioned it earlier, MOV is looking a little down about his performance overall, but there's nothing really you can do. They still netted themselves 2 points, which in total, they're going to be sitting at 4 in the current rankings. for their second match so far.
And Yogura doesn't look too happy. And I've never seen MOV being that sad. I can't help but look at the camera to see MOV. He looks really, really sad this time. And I was very surprised. So Akira was saying, you know, like everyone did a good play, you know. And MOV definitely has a big hiccup, you know, just from dropping the CA when he had the kill. It's very, very unfortunate. Oniki is one of those.
You gotta move on.
Oniki is one of those players that I think should be having a good sleep today. He's his first appearance in SFL. A lot of people doesn't know about him. He came out straight away beating Shuto. I feel that this should be a very deserving, you know, happy night that he deserves.
Yeah. And just to remind you guys, we do have the CPT going on, the Capcom Pro Tour happening this weekend with the Europe East Russia qualifier number 1 in the top 16 happening on October 16th. And of course, following up with the top 8 the day after. You guys do not want to miss it because the Russian region, the European East/Russian region, are a bunch of killers as well. We got a little bit of a sample of that from Intel World Open. You guys, again, do not want to miss it. And of course, even after that, even more CPT going on with the Japan region number 3. You see it October 30th and 31st. That's the next qualifier. They want to make sure that everybody in Japan signs up. But there's overall a lot of CPT happening every single weekend. You guys want to make sure to mark your calendars for it.
Yep, that was pretty fun. Looking forward. And I guess for the next one, we'll be having Don't Go Away. We have V6 FAV Roto Z going up against Gyogan, Mago, Tokido, Bonchan, all your favorite OG players.
That's right, yeah. We're going to see whether or not Gyogan is going to have what it takes to step up to the plate and get a point for themselves. FAV looking as strong as ever, though. And as you can see there, 2 very strong characters with some powerful outfits with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So again, be sure to pick up those costumes and support a very, very good cause. In the meantime, we hope you guys have enjoyed the first match of Street Fighter League. I will be sure with Xian to see you for the next matchup coming up shortly after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Street Fighter League Pro-JP 2021.
ファイターリーグプロ JP2020 それではマッチ2アウェー側選手の入場です。
Okay, guys, we are back, and right now
こういう
we'll
こと
be
こういう
having.
こともあります。いつでも私はテイク2いけます。
はい、こういうこともあります。
それではマッチ2アウェー側選手の入場です。
All right, well, we're in there, actually. I was waiting for it as well. Team Yogun is stepping up to the plate as you see, gear themselves up, ready for their next matchup against D6 plus FAV Roto Z. That's a mouthful, but I'll tell you what, Mongo, Machavo, as well as, I was gonna say, I'm already choking on my words here.
And Mizuha, right now we have
going into-
Mizuha has.
I was gonna say Moke, but I had to like cough at the same time. But Moke as well, off to a great start. Mongo is as happy as ever. I like that.
I don't know. Marco's mouth is so big. Like it doesn't look like someone who just lost 0-4. Right now we have the introduction of Sako B6, one of the legend, one of the oldest player has a legend right there. Ryusei with a very cool pose. Nobody is not familiar with him. I will not recommend him any longer. He won almost and Bonchan. These are crazy nicknames, crazy championship, crazy players. This team is the GOAT. Do you agree if I say this team is the GOAT?
Yes, wholeheartedly. Not only are they number one in the rankings, but they're number one in a lot of people's hearts. Sako, Tokito, and Bonchan. On top of that, having Ryusei, one of the newer generation of Street Fighter players. It's actually pretty nuts to see that this team got away with forming the way that they did, right? This is actually kind of OP.
This is a disaster sequence for Margot's team, to be honest. Like, okay, they decided to have a top tier. This is gonna be a top tier, kind of lineup. Rashid Kami with Mizuha resting on the side. Margot is once again taking the role of the anchor. Tell me something about this.
Well, as he should, really. He's had a very impressive performance overall this year, especially in the Capcom Pro Tour with his first qualifier, taking on the first seed with that Kami. He was a little shaky when it came to his matchup in the beginning of day one for Street Fighter League. Kind of got shut out, but you could tell when it comes to Mago and actually him getting ready for certain matchups, he really shows out. So I think Mago's going to be just fine in this anchor position. Still absolutely a threat. Not going to be too worried about it.
I believe they're all afraid of Sako's Menat. Putting a lot of Kami on the back, I think Sako has no position to go up from here. They're 1 minute is up. Sako has all 3 bad matchups, with his Menat. So I'm not sure if they're gonna put Sako playing another character. My guess for this is I don't think Sako has a lot of character, but I'm not really sure if he wants to come out to play against Kami or Rashid, at this point. They have a lot of the amount of Kamis that the away team decided to put up kind of shocked me. Like, Marco has a lot of character. I wasn't really expecting it to go for a second Kami.
What I'm thinking about as well. I want to see Machibo really show off his Nakali. I mean, despite Nakali not being within that realm of discussion for top 5, I think in the right hands, he could be an absolute powerhouse. Machibo is definitely that kind of cat to utilize the best in Nakali, but we'll get into that later. It's going to be Bonchan coming up first against Moke. It's going to be Karin versus Rashid.
Yeah, I do think that among Rashid, will be one of the best pick against their team, because their team doesn't have a lot of credit they can deal with Rashid, and Karin is one of the best one to deal with, So Bonchan going first, they're trying to score for a 4-0, it seems like. Like, this team, when they are in the home, V6 FAV Roto Z, put that on the home team, I think you can see something really big happening, because they all can play good matchups and they are broken players. broken characters
Yeah.
and being able to play like broken matchups is gonna make this not a good way, you know, for Geogurt.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out, honestly. Ryusei is going to be the reserve for Team FAV. Just to kind of remind you folks at home, Sako was trying to photobomb. Yeah, so being up first with Bonchan, right? We're looking at the rest of the matchups. It's going to be Cammy and Cammy for Team Gyogu, the likes of Machop and Mago. While we're waiting for this first matchup at hand, who do you think is going to go second for the team, for Team FAV?
With them putting Ryusei on the reserve, they are left with Sako and Tokido. They are both have to play Cammy, so it's really a matter of which Cammy do they prefer to play. You know, with Urian, and I'm not too sure what character Sako is going on with. You know, since he has really a lot of characters. So they both have to play against Cammy. So there isn't really a difference. The more important is who wants to play the one with the more responsibility, which is the first to 3 2-point match, or you want to play against another one, which is a 1-point match, first to 2. The good choices there,
Yeah.
I would say.
And speaking of responsibility, my man Bonchan said he had a 6-hour stream after the last match, and he says he's going to do another 6-hour stream after today's match. That must mean that the kids are asleep, right? That's the only reason why he's allowed to get these 6-hour streams in, is because the kids must already be asleep, right?
Maybe his
both.
wife is taking good care of it, so he don't have to worry about, you know, and that's very good, you know, how often they are streaming, you know, and clearly if he lose, maybe I'm not sure if he's still gonna stream, because he said it was a victory stream last week. So with the fact that he said that he's gonna stream today means that he's expecting to win today without even having the results right here. That is a co-op.
Good. That's the kind of confidence I like to hear coming in from our players. That's the kind of attitude, you know, Bonchan would have, despite him being kind of like jovial and a little more of his like kind of not so serious side. It's good to see, just overall. I'm glad to see that they're very lax going into it for every one of these matches.
And today we're really gonna get a treat. I'm not saying that Ryusei is not good or anything, but today you have the 3 legends, Sako, Bonchan, and Tokido, in the home team. If I'm in this team, I feel confident too. I can sense Bonchan's confidence. You know, like it's very hard to not be confident with this lineup and having the home team advantage. It's so hard to not feel confident.
Very true. And on top of being number 1 on the leaderboard, having 5 points, which is normally not possible if you've only played 1 set of games, because the most points you can get is 4. Fact of the matter is, Tokido taking that W early from the preseason is the reason why they have 5 points currently. It could have been 6. It actually could have been 6 if they had a full sweep.
Yep.
Just think about that.
Tokido is generally, I felt that among all the years, Tokido usually doesn't do as well in team tournaments. Like he lost his game the last time as well. So I feel that he's here to redeem himself. But now let's go to Bonchan's Karin versus Mokay's Rashid. And we'll see how this matchup is gonna go.
Here we go, the Karin matchup versus Rashid. Now this is a matchup we've seen time and time again, but let's get the pros analysis on it going into it. Karin versus Rashid. Xian, tell me a little bit about it.
5 years down the road, we see the same matchup. Like this has been a matchup that has been there. I don't think anyone is not familiar with this matchup. They have been strong characters and has been still been staying strong. And it's all boiled down to the neutral game right here. Karin don't have a lot of ability to jump against Rashid, and Rashid's main goal is just to push him to the corner. Nice V-shift, getting away out of it.
What an interception! That was mad far.
And then bring him straight away to the mid screen, down to the corner again. Like wow, and this dash up pressure after the EX you know, caught Bonchan by surprise, you know. So now
sick.
Moke having a really good start right here for Moke. And now they're going back to the neutral game.
Here we go, applying a little bit more pressure, building a little bit of V-gauge with that sequence from Bonchan. Still trying to catch Moke off guard with a frame trap. Coming in from the crouching medium punch. EX for Senha on the way out. Here comes the activation after the roundhouse from Moke.
Oh, Moke spending all the V meter from those tornado. I'm not too sure if that is worth it, but at least now he goes back to the corner position. Beautiful backdash from Bonchan. And now
And a side switch as well.
That was a tug of war change of direction on you know, the corner position. They just keep trying to get the corner position, both players, you know. But now you see that the momentum of the game has slowed down a lot. You know, both players has the meter and resources, so they're playing it slower right now.
All the meter for the side of Moke. He could use that to kind of go in. Maybe get Bonchan by surprise again with the EX whirlwind shot. Oh my.
No. I would think that he'll go for the stand heavy into the B skill to CA. That would get the kill. That was definitely a mistake right there from Moke. I don't see why he would go for the EX right there. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. I felt that the Moke's focus is not really in the game right there. That stand heavy was a road of victory. That was a ticket for victory right there. Going to the EX really surprises me.
Ooh. What an interruption there from Bonchan. Back using the EX Mujin Kyaku. No, sorry, Roundhouse Mujin Kyaku, excuse me.
Yep, the jab interrupting, you know, jab into the EX. And there you go. Takes the back throw. Okay, that is the buffer right there. This is something Moke does a lot. Like the jab in the V trigger. And now, what a V shift right there. One more hit for both players.
It's still pretty close. You can't reversal enough.
Okay, so in this situation, you can actually reversal it, but you need to do a delay reversal. The timing is really strict, you know, because Rashid's CA invincible isn't as long anymore. So if you do a delayed reversal, the timing is so strict, you know, that you can beat it, you know, against the CA. But at this moment, you know, Bonchan did not time the reversal correctly. It's always worth it for Moke to go for it because the timing of the reversal isn't easy at all. So
Yeah.
I would say that
Round 1.
Moke do pretty well so far.
That was actually pretty tough to manage as Bonchan, honestly. I thought he had the right idea, or at least not the right idea, sorry, the right timing, I should say. But he seems completely unfazed. He got a counter hit combo initially off the crouching medium punch. And look at this, the stun already. EX Orochi, roundhouse Mujin, dash up, apply more pressure, and damn! You thought you could press a button after the low forward? No, sir.
19 seconds. Just from left to right, you know, from corner, beating up to the mid screen, clearing him. What a change of momentum. Like, you see, like, Bonchan has been, like, keeping it slow the last round, but now this round, both players are playing it really fast out of nowhere. The pace of the game has changed so much.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's been so much quicker, especially more from the side of Bonchan. Moke is still trying to make it work for himself as well. The trigger is trying to push to the corner, but Bonchan has found all the answers for interruptions thus far.
Yep. I think reacting to this, you know, EX Tornado and those buttons and those gaps require a lot of pre-attention to it, so it's not really easy. But that's also show you can see that how focused Bonchan is, you know, in this matchup.
Full conversion, not enough that to take down the round, but still hovering over the low medium kick. That stand roundhouse is so good. Great work there from Moke tying it all up.
It's only -4, you know, when it's well spaced, it's one of the strongest button, you know, with such a good range. And the thing about Rashid is his buttons are all really far and has very good rewards, which is why he's one of the stronger character. All the melee, no one is blocking right here. All the melee has been hitting, and now Bonchan is putting near to the stun but couldn't get it. I like how Moke just get out of the corner with the eager kick right there.
Oh,
Ooh, nice confirm.
and the slight hezzy, the back throw not gonna be enough. And the medium kick, nice and easy, no big risks taken. Bonchan getting game number 2 against Moke.
Okay, as you can see, Bonchan is getting his. I like how he's shaking his shoulders right here, and I would like to say this is a very crucial match. If Bonchan takes down this match, it has a good chance of a sweep. Like the momentum cannot be in B6 FAV's favor because they are already having a very strong cast right there. I feel that the momentum will be a lot better if it goes to Moke's side. Look at the dash.
You could see the aggression, the amount of buttons being pressed from Bonchan has been a lot more every single game thus far, right? In game number 1, he was a little bit timid trying to figure out what Moke wanted to do, but you see a little bit more activity from the mediums and the roundhouses coming in from Bonchan as you see in round number 1.
And Bonchan is always hovering around the range of, look at Bonchan, he's so good at keeping his range against Moke, and every single time getting the crush counter and now using up the V-shift break. Look at the perfect range Bonchan is standing all this time. He knows exactly where he wants to be, when to press a button, when to whiff punish, making him one of the best. You know, this is also the matchup that makes him the Evo champion. You know, if everyone remember his match against Big Bird, he is so good in this match.
That's very true. Absolutely very true. Another big interruption coming in from Bonchan. Again, looking absolutely flawless. Moke is trying to steal the momentum away off of this activation to trigger with the applied pressure that comes after it. It's still out of the corner. Bonchan, he's in hot pursuit, but no, Moke does not find the mark, trying to switch over with the EX Eagle Spike as well.
Interesting is you can see that Bonchan using a great difference of like things, you know, to avoid the pressure from Moke. Look at this combo right here. He's feeling himself, and the jab, check into the tangle for the win. Bonchan is playing so well. He's been using jab into the Mujin Kyaku, interrupting the combo, doing the jump against the tornado. Like he's like dealing every situation perfectly, I would say. You know, very deserving win right there from Bonchan.
Another victory stream coming your way. If you guys haven't done so already, be sure to follow Bonchan on Twitch because he's going to be streaming for another 6 hours based off of this win. But Moke, again, falling just short by the wayside a little bit. It was 2-1 in favor of Bonchan, but I will say Moke had a fantastic start in the beginning in terms of his offensive pressure, but Bonchan just proved to be too much for the young man, adapting quickly and being a lot more aggressive, which seemed to be the answer, taking it down 2-1. Very impressive for Team FAV.
Now I believe they are going to come out with the second player. You know, okay, let's look at the statistic first. How do you think about this?
100% on the board. I do like that. I will say 2 out of 5 from the side of Bonchan. It's because, you know, Rashid can be a little difficult to manage considering the fact that he could change it up with that Eagle Spike, right? We've seen that attempt a little bit over in the game, in the third game. So that's fine. But 100% on reversals, invincible reversal DPs, it's pretty nice. It's a big risk to take as Karen.
I guess you can call Bonchan a good masher, you know, doing EX invincible, but sometimes the real difference between a good player is always landing the invincible move, you know. That is what a good read, a good timing is depend on a lot of things. Okay, 1 minute has started. They have time to discuss. It's basically just a choice between Tokido and Sako. Give me your pick, Vicious.
Tokido, the last time he went into the second position, actually fell a little bit short from last week's game. But if we're looking at the specifics, Machibo is Kami. I want to say you want to take advantage of this with Tokido and Azurian and have Sako reserved for the anchor play to get rid of Mago's Kami. So I think Tokido's going to be going up next.
Well,
Although,
I
go
agree with you.
ahead.
I really agree with you, but I want to see Mago versus Tokido. That's my own personal thing, you know. I want to see them play, you know, since they have been like eternal friends, you know, since forever. He has that headband on his head right there. you know, it's actually a victory. Is saying that he will beat Mago. That's how interesting both of them actually is.
So funny.
Nah.
So he took it off because the
100%.
headband was reserved for Mago.
This is a my game. He's actually putting that headband right there, you know, to create a my game, you know. But I guess this is a pretty good choice. I think Mago has a really good track record against Tokido. You know, I feel that Mago definitely is one of those people that has a way better track record against Tokido than a lot of players. So this, I wouldn't say this is a bad pick. They're gonna leave Sako, you know, to deal with Mago, you know. So let's look at how Machabo and Tokido is gonna deal with. Tokido is not someone that I feel that has a very good track record against Cammy. Maybe it's his matchup, Urian.
Right, so we'll see how it plays out. I mean, currently, Tokido has not gotten a W on the board in Street Fighter League. He may have won the preseason, but as it stands right now, he's still trying to find a W on the board with that Urian. But Machabo also, when we put him in the spotlight, what was his record in the first day? Let me take a look real quick as I pull up the results. Machabo actually fell short to Gachi-kun as the Good 8 squad pretty much went away with it three games straight. How do you feel about Machabo's Cammy so far? I feel like we've seen a lot of it through highlights and replays even before the show started. But tell me a little bit about Machabo's Cammy.
I think he has been deadly, he has been really sharp. Machabo's Cammy has been really good, but just the win rate percentage is not there. Like, his Cammy has everything down, you know, he's doing everything perfectly. He has what it takes to be a strong Cammy, you know, but I just don't understand that he's not really getting the win, the W, which is the most important one. Like, his win rate is not as good as where he was playing Michele, even though he was playing a stronger character, you know, so it's really up to him, his mindset or something that he had to do to fix it.
I agree. It's so interesting to see how much success he yields with a character like Nakali, and how we haven't seen him really shake things up with Cammy, right? It's just a matter of understanding fully what the options are with the characters he has, right? It feels like he hasn't fully unlocked the potential of Cammy. Despite Cammy having all the tools, right, to combat anybody, she doesn't have any really bad matchups or anything like that. It's just a matter of how you want to utilize her playstyle in certain instances. Because you can't always go all ham against somebody who has amazing defense, or even against somebody who has great conversions after an EX uppercut or an EX headbutt, right?
And you know, Tokido has been brushing up his Urian ever since forever, you know, so he has been playing a lot against Cammy as well, because you know, he played with Mago, they are very good friends, you know. So this will be a matchup where Mago is there advising Machabo as well on how to play this matchup, with Tokido having a lot of experience against Mago. It's a very weird triangle, you know, relationship between them. But I do hope that Machabo can take down this 1 point for the team, because they are basically having a losing streak right there, and this is gonna affect their confidence, you know, following by, you know, and they'll create a lot more pressure for Mago as the team leader, you know, having down like 0-6. So I wish that Machabo can do it for the team.
See how it plays out. You gotta get a point on the board for Team Gyogun. Let's see if Machabo has what it takes to do that for them, but he's got a lot to deal with in the hands of Tokido and his Urian. We'll see how it plays out. I'm very nervous for him, actually, because the look on Tokido's face has always been intimidating. The murder face, every single time you see it, you gotta mention it.
If there's one person that I hope that the band system come back, is I want to see Tokido's Akuma. Like, I hope the band system just came back just so that I can see Tokido's Akuma, because I think he has dropped Akuma completely. So we're only going to be seeing Urian, you know, no matter what the matchup is. And there we go. We'll be going into the match, and Tokido is here to redeem his win. You know, his loss from the last game that he lost the last time he played.
See how it plays out. Machabo coming in with the Jill Valentine costume. I respect it.
Very bluish costume along with the background right here. This is beautiful to watch.
Very shiny.
Okay, going
stopping here. A little bit eager when it comes to movement, but Tokido now going back into the mediums. I like it. Yeah, it does get a conversion. Still nice and easy. Big buffer.
The magic about like Yuren is like you know when to do the stem medium, you know, into the tackle because you can't buffer has even what a headbutt right there from Tokido. The stun is building up. Machabo is going in trying to get the stun right here.
Ooh.
And he got it. Tokido didn't block at all. Surprisingly, just from one sequence, Machabo just take it all over, you know, against Tokido.
I wonder what it could have been. There wasn't a counter hit on the board. Maybe he was just trying to get out. But even if there was ways of jumping, there was still enough space for Machabo to react and anti-air accordingly, whether it be an uppercut or a back medium punch. So I don't know. Tokido's just probably susceptible to the medium. Oh my god, incoming damage and corner carry? Ugh. Not gonna spend the EX bar.
Well, doesn't really do a lot much different with the damage, so he's saving his meter, you know, for the later part of the game. But so far, Tokido is one of those Yuren that uses a lot of down medium kick and stand medium kick. You know, like look at those neutral
Yeah, he
buttons.
wants to. He's trying to check the approach a lot. And then you were talking about the uses of EX meter, right? He wants to use it more as a bust out tool or a critical art move. We've seen him use that EX tackle pretty ambiguously and catch a lot of folks off guard, right? Like, why not? Like, if it's -2, you could check somebody for moving forward for free.
Yeah, and he has one of the highest rate when it comes to like EX tackle. Like somehow his Yuren is really good at using the EX tackle. You know, I feel like when he has a way higher rate of landing an EX tackle in comparison to like any other Yuren. Okay, what a good position right here.
Another throw. You're talking about the position.
Third
Another
one.
throw. Is he gonna do it again?
One more hit. Is he gonna CA right here? Is he just gonna land any hit? Machabo keeping it slow right here. This is so intense.
Machabo.
The jump in.
He definitely do.
Okay, guessing
there's the
time.
activation off of the mirror, and it's gonna be the back throw. And you thought you could get away with it. That was mad far.
I think that Machabo could have gambled CA instead of the DP. I don't feel like it makes much of a difference at that point, since like he's going all in for that. But if he chooses to block it, he's gonna be dealing with the OP, you know, into the EX fireball into the second mirror. So at that point, Machabo just decided I don't want to guess. You know, I felt like you know, Tokido's going for something. That's just a read right there. You know, no good or bad or right or wrong right there. But Machabo has made his decision right here.
That was deep. Actually gets a full conversion off of that. Now pushing towards the corner. Machabo is still trying to keep Tokido contained, but this is where it kind of gets difficult. Yes, a lot more usage of the heavy punch and a little bit of a medium kick peppered in.
Well, not to forget the last match, you know, as you can see the adaptation from Machabo right now, using a lot more normal dive kicks, you know. Look at this little pressure to walk and block, you know.
Yeah, a little bit of reluctancy there from Tokido, but now as he moves himself out of the corner, he's firing away with those mediums. Does get a conversion off of the counter hit, but here comes Machabo. Getting the activation off of a blocked medium kick just to apply pressure. Still same side. Tokido choosing a great time to interrupt with the jabs.
And now, Tokido has a lot of meter, you know. And he has the V shield. He almost getting the V trigger one. I always say he has the best EX tackle in the industry.
Yeah.
The most best
sure.
-2.
You're dead! Machabo with the patience. I like that. Good call out against Tokido. Does not have to force the chip out scenario. That is up to Mao.
Tokido's EX hitman hasn't really been working magic for him. It seems like every time he uses it, Tokido probably has no, the EX hitman always doesn't hit, but while his EX tackle is like doing so well. Maybe it's just really hard to defend, you know, in a situation. Okay, the miss come from there from Machabo.
You hate to see it. It hurts. It hurts every time you see that low forward and the commitment into the spiral arrow afterwards. Ooh,
There
yes,
you go,
big
the
counter poke there.
buffer. You only get to buffer once with a charge character, so it's very impressive, when like people use charge characters for buffer, because you know that you have to do it at the right timing. You can't just like buffer, stand medium, and then buffer again. You will lose the charge. So
You
that's
see him too.
when you get.
He swung twice for it too, by the way, just to add to your point. He swung twice with that medium punch because he was in that kind of engagement with counter poking, and he still maintained his charge. Did you see that?
Yep. Sometimes like it's very hard to tell when Peter is buffering. Experience and a lot of things is required. Now look at that jet buffer into the EX tackle. See, it may look like it's very simple gameplay right there, but the timing that they choose to buffer is actually ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you commit in a buffer, you have to go back and maintain your charge, right? That's not easy. Like, it's gonna take you some time, like maybe like a second and a half or something, but still, specifically, you have to go back.
Okay, there you go. Nice confirm. One chance right there for both players. The unreasonable mirror is there. Activate the second mirror. There you go. You get an Oki right here.
Oh, that was really unfortunate for Machibo. Actually, he had the kill. It's just too far away because of that interaction. The dive kick hits too high up.
Okay, Tokido is trying to charge for the EX headbutt. You can tell he's always crouching, trying to get an EX headbutt right there. Well, Machado is waiting for a fireball, so he can do the jump EX.
My God, the best in the business!
Best in the business, the god of EX hacker. If there is a statistic I want to see from Tokido, it is the EX hacker. Ever since I see Tokido switch to Urian, his unreasonable EX hacker is the best. At the same time, he does have a pretty bad EX headbutt, hit rate, but his EX tackle is magic. He always lands it, Like, nobody blocks his EX tackle for some reason.
That's true. That's very true. Machibo falling short, 2-0 against Tokido. I feel like there just wasn't enough to stop Tokido. But to be fair, Tokido played it very well in terms of counter poking. Getting the buffer game going as well. A lot of intimidation from the mediums and also keeping it very ambiguous once he had meter. He's so much more dangerous as a Urian player once he has that bar. Not because of critical art, but because of the bust out factor with EX headbutt, mostly through EX tackle, actually.
2-1 and 2-0. We see no smile from Marco Gyugun's team right now. Look at all their faces from Team Gyugun. They are not smiling at all. It's very hard to see that. Tell me something about this statistic. Tokido has the worst statistic of all time. Why is that?
A lot of that has to do with Cammy's dive kicks not being able to anti-air it effectively or as consistently because of how she is able to change up her trajectory. Also, missing on EX headbutts on wake up 2 times over, that's got to feel a little bit bad. But it doesn't matter if you come away with a win, right?
Yep, and Tokido redeemed himself. I think Tokido doesn't do as well in team tournaments compared to like single tournaments. When it comes to single tournament, Tokido always do really well. But I think in comparison, team tournament, Tokido, wants to redeem himself to do better for the team. He hasn't really been like one of those like team tournament player compared to like how he does, for the single. Very happy right there for home team, B6 FAV.
This guy, Tokido, unnecessary roughness. He put back the headband that was meant for Mago to make sure that Sakonoko does the job. And it's going to be Manat versus Cammy. As we slightly anticipated, Xian, you kind of prefaced it earlier. You were saying Sakonoko does a pretty decent job against Mago, and this is the matchup that he wanted anyway. Tell me a little bit as to why.
I think I've been talking a little bit with the players, like Tony, Shuai, and looking at the CFN and stuff. I don't think Mago is getting ready to play against Kanat because he has been practicing a lot of the Karin matchup, thinking that he may be probably facing a Karin like Bonchan, I think. But I think that this came as a little bit of a surprise for Mago as well because this is a good matchup for Cammy. So Sako has decided to win for Manat. for the 2-point match, you know, in the first to 3. So we'll see how this is gonna play out. Like the 2-point match using it with a bad matchup, this is not a good matchup for Menard. So I want to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, definitely not. But you see the amount of control that Sako has when it comes to controlling the neutral game. I will say his defense is a little bit sus once the orb is out of his range. But we'll see how it plays out. Mago has to get there first.
Oh, the misconfirm right there. Mago is always in this position where like he has to like come back, you know, for take the 2 points for the draw in his team. It's the leader position is not easy at all. Now you look at his defense going in, building up the stun. Sako's almost getting the B trigger. Okay, don't let Sako activate the 6 ball. He'll be better than B6 if he activates the 6 ball. There you go.
Oh boy. You're talking about the 6 ball coming out from Sakonoko. We're gonna see what the approach is. He actually still could. What?
To deal with the extraordinary, you gotta do the extraordinary. He did the EX move. You know, it's a projectile invincible move passing through, but that is, I wouldn't say random, but a good
projectile,
choice.
he just did it! He just disrespected him, Xian. I like the bars on that. Exceptional. I like that. EX spiral arrow too.
Well, the thing about the EX spiral arrow is you don't really get a good punish of it because it goes to the other side. It may be difficult to punish as well for Sako. So, calculated decision, I would say. And right now is the key game of this matchup is whenever Sako has the B trigger 1, it's really scary.
Oh no, without a doubt. But if he can get there and see it, if he can get an opening off of this. But he does have it, activation of the trigger. Up close, you see Mago just backing away. Doesn't want anything to do with what you're selling. And it's not gonna matter. Is he dead? That was off of an uppercut. There's not a lot of scaling involved.
Wow, this is really a big win for Mago. You know, like whenever Sako activates his B trigger 1, it's always a highlight trailer or like a click, you know, session, you know, whenever he did it. But Mago has successfully stopped him every single time when he activates his B trigger 1. I think this is something really impressive. The timing, the decision making, Mago really won this win.
Ooh. Very nice.
Oh, clean jamming.
Oh, too far for the counter and conversion. You did a crouching medium punch, but the pushback was just a little bit too far out. Nice confirm off the low medium kick. And now a throw stun is going to be imminent, and Mago does get the throw bait afterwards, dashing in and out of traffic. EX uppercut. Let's get the... are they going to scan? Oh, I was going to say, if we can get the scan on Menard, that'd be cool. But either way, Mago the 2D god. Super clean.
This is a bonus. It's always a bonus when you get to kill Menard, you know, without having to deal his V trigger 1. Look at those whip punish again. That drill against the stand heavy. Sako is missing his drill now as well. Look at Sako is not getting the momentum so far. Everything is working out really well in Mago. Look at those pressure. V trigger is on deck.
Activation time now up close, does get the back throw. He gets to keep Mago contained. Another EX spiral and a back throw. This guy, Mago, is in full control of the matchup right now. The reversal does not get any threat of the balls. That's what I'm talking about. Another back throw. You were talking about how much how many matchups that Mago gets to play against. Menard is definitely not one of them, but it feels like it doesn't even matter for him.
Yep, and I feel like Mago is so good at like moving around his V trigger. Like every single time Sako activated the V trigger, he couldn't really get anything out of it. Mago managed to make Menard's V trigger looks not that great when it's actually one of the best V trigger in the game. So we gotta give credit to Mago's gameplay.
Without a doubt, and even in the most favorable position, right? Sakonoko barely lets it rip. He had the 6 ball. He got the back throw. He had corner control. But still, Mago found a way out.
Those with punish drill, you know, Mago is doing it on reaction against Sako is really landing the knockdown and like doing a very big, you know, difference in trying to win the game. I don't think it's easy at all. You see, look at now, Sako is so afraid to throw out, you know, heavy buttons because Mago is always with punishing on point. Oh, there you go.
Big confirmed there from Mago. The orb is so far away. What's the recall going to be like? It's going to take its sweet time. Oh, that's huge! And the other side, the orb is behind Manat, so the recall wouldn't be as effective, but still, anti-air throw, great composition there from Sako. And the one risk Mago took with the uppercut, Sakonoko's gonna take the first round, seeing that first sign of life in game 3.
That isn't really that bad. Oh, again, I can't. How is he so good at like doing the spiral arrow as a whip punish right there? That is not even that easy, you know. And look at this. Oh, misses the DP. Okay, B trigger is almost on deck for Sako, but the delayed dive kick beating the anti-air. Will this be the first time Sakonoko's B trigger one is doing his magic? What a conversion right there into the side switch.
That was actually sick.
That was sick.
Keeping the pressure up. One more orb left, by the way. The back throw is there, but trigger also intact for Mago. The orb coming in from Sakonoko is still down below.
Sakura still has one ult that is not really seeable because of the stage. I think this is a very good gimmick. No way, what a convert.
If only he had a little bit more, but still has almost What? This guy, Mago, is nasty. This guy's a cheater.
Yeah, his drill is not only used for whip punish, he just did it raw right now.
Oh yeah, you thought even a dive kick would have got smoked. Sakonoko standing with the anti-air is always there. Nice work.
I think the timing that Sako did the CA, you know, is not really possible for Mago to change, you know, even into an EX dive kick or anything. You know, it's just doing such a great timing. It's so low. You know, the timing that Sako did it. I'm really glad to see his power a little bit way back into his momentum. You know, but looking at the game so far, I think Sako's whip punishing, his strategy and his decision making has been way more on point. So let's see how this will go. You can see that Sako is very afraid.
Oh my god, of that right there, the spiral arrow. So where another confirmed there from Mago. And I like that, still pressing buttons even after a crouching medium punch is blocked. He's not afraid of the frame traps. He understands that Mago has been a little bit off the gas when it comes to the frame trap department.
And that DP right there, though, the anti-air. And Sako is checking all the dashes right there from Mago. Mago, although having a 2-1 game lead right here, is feeling himself. And right now, B-Trigger is on deck for Sako. Raw activation. Okay, slowing it down right here. Sako is holding some buttons for the orb, you know, to save himself. This is not gonna be easy for Mago to steal it again. This is cheating, guys. I can't see the orb. I think this is cheating. Like, this stage, mixing around with...
Oh no! He thought he was close enough to get the crouching medium punch. The second one... Oh no, that was unfortunate. He did get the opening, but that was just, it was just too far, too much pushback. Or at least the angle of it on the initial dive kick was too far.
Yep. Look at now how Sako is actually like, using the stand. Oh, that was a punish right there. Kami's CA is 3 to 4 frame. Really, really fast, so you can't really... Mena has a lot of buttons, you can't really press against Kami because of the CA is able to punish it. Nice confirm.
Jeez, does get the counter conversion as well. We might see the activation soon, or else you're pretty much dead. And the back throw is more than enough. Look at how much bar Mago built for himself after. Do you see that?
I think, yeah, Kami is just generally a very good character for building bars, although he doesn't really do much special move. For some reason, Kami is one of those characters that does gain a lot of bar. Maybe just by sticking to you like a chewing gum, you know, makes it makes the meter gain a lot more.
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay, 2 meters for Mago.
Activation time. The interruption there from Sako, just to kind of regain the momentum, or take the momentum away, I should say. Jump back jab, stopping the initial dive kick. So smart. You're not dead though.
Sako's checking out the dash again from Mago. Mago is trying to bully him with the old man reaction. Okay, no, this time didn't get to check the air to air.
At this point, with this much life left, Sako is willing to take the throw, I feel like. Oh, that's more than enough. The activation off of the conversion. 2-2, Sako making his way back.
The really strong thing about Menat that Sako uses is whenever Sako gets the V trigger 1 and in the health lead in the situation like this, Sako can just keep taking the throw because like he knows once he activates it, he's gonna get the win because he's so good at controlling the ball, you know, to cover himself.
And it's so difficult. Like you could see Mago like time and time again seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel, trying to take it away from Sakonoko, but there's just something about not with resources, right? No, don't let it stack up like this. Mago thinking he had to confirm, went for the low forward spiral. A good chunk of damage taken out. Great punish from Sako.
Mago has actually, you know, lost 2-0 in the last time, you know, being the anchor, and now he's leading up 2-0. I really don't want him to keep getting 2-0 and come back right here. Okay, nice meaty.
Look at how many more risks Mago is taking. How many spiral arrows have been punished in this match?
Oh, resets into the back throw.
Oh,
It's
you
a
don't get
crazy
OP off of that.
adjustment. Oh my god, and the tech throw into the V trigger, this may be over right here. Oh no! Mago is
He's just
playing
running the
aeroplane
middle.
game, avoiding.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Avoiding
That's
every
pretty
single.
good.
Oh! Still one hit away! He got it! No way! Sako presses a button right there! That is the chance that Mago really needs. You can see that Sako is not too happy about that.
How did that happen, Xian? My man was at like 0 life for like 20 seconds.
That was a very clutch. It almost looked like a guaranteed checkmate, you know, with Mago avoiding, you know, all the V-Shiguan up and still landing a hit for the win. Sako's concentration is not doing too well right now. Okay, accidentally back throw. Good position there for Sako.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely take that. Full critical art on deck. I like that the usage of the EX Hooligan just to get out of the corner. I mean, he tried to hit, but the fact of the matter is it's still on the other side. This is great for Sakonoko now.
Okay, it's still in the corner right here. I think Mago has had very good... Wow, this is deja vu. I keep seeing the check of the dash. The jab into the CA. Did they not rewind the tape or something? This is like deja vu already. So many times.
Same exact
Sako
position
just
too,
managed to-
right?
Yeah, so many
Ooh-wee.
times. No meter right there, going for the last round for Sako right now.
Oh. Just to confirm, still on the way in. Mago spending that first bar for the EX dive kick. Sakonoko getting slowly pushed into this corner. Willing to fight it out. The orb's still behind. There we go. Does get a conversion off of it, a slight reset, but here comes Mago. Back throw now.
It's so much hard decision to be hacking the throw in this last game, last round right here. But Sako is still keeping it slow. He knows he can still come back. He has the V trigger. But Mago is not gonna give him any breathing space from here. What a clean hit. This is not looking too good. Wow, Sako's
He's so good.
conversion.
Not bad.
No,
Hey, not too
what a-
bad.
What a punish! That wasn't even a punish, that came as a surprise. Okay, Sako almost used up all his up right here. He still has one more. He still has one more.
Oh boy. Mago smells blood. He's trying to catch Sakonoko. He has one bar as well. Don't spend it on a spiral
really-
arrow, you madman. Don't do it.
Sako is waiting. Sako has 2 bars. Sako can spam his bar to do some damage right here.
He
No
spent it on
way.
the EX spiral arrow. He spent it on the EX spiral arrow. I told you. He's gonna be a madman about it, and he does it at the right time. Mago with a huge grin on his face, and he went to go laugh afterwards. What an evil man.
something about the EX Spiral about Cammy is it isn't really as unsafe as we look like. Because when you do the EX Spiral arrow, it actually side switch to the other side. And with the range that it lands at, like Menat doesn't really have a good punish against, or even like charge character or character like Menat, they can't punish it properly, you know, because how far away after the EX arrow, you know, the position that it is in. So EX Spiral arrow may looks like really risky move right there, but then it actually isn't, just because they actually managed to side switch across the opponent.
Yeah. I knew it too. It was just a matter of time. Like that EX Spiral arrow was gonna come out, and I gotta say, even Gyogun was just as surprised as Team FAV. You can see Machibo and Moke kind of laughing it up. It's pretty funny, but they're looking pretty relieved for their first 2 points in the season. And we have ourselves a pretty interesting statistic here, Xian. The away team has won all of their anchor matches so far.
All of them? Wow, this is really... that doesn't make any sense. So theoretically, like, home team can send their best player to counter pick, you know, with a 2-point match, but it somehow, I felt like it wasn't a coincidence anymore that the away team is always winning their 3-point match. I feel that the reason because the away team is winning their anchor matches all the time is not only coincidence, but because they are always sending their strongest player, you know, as the anchor for away team, because he has no way to, you know, counter pick. He has to fix his character. So this may be the case why, you know, that look like away team is winning all their matches.
And we're gonna take a look at more of the stats coming in hot, but I gotta say that matchup was pretty unpredictable in terms of how it closed out. We expected that kind of matchup in the beginning with Cammy and Menat and the pace and how it was gonna be set, but there was a lot of risk coming in from Mago in terms of using that Spiral Arrow. I think the MVP for that match is definitely Cammy's Spiral Arrow.
And I think that this is one of those times where Sako don't really get a good chance to play, because all his Menat is a very strong character, but he has to deal with like Rashids and Cammy. It's one of those times where like Sako has so many characters like G, Kage, you know, Menat, Seth, and none of it really kind of do very well against the opposition character like Rashid and Cammy, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe Seth, but he hasn't really been playing a lot of Seth from what I see.
True. Very, very true. So this is going to be a very great start for Team Gyogun, finally putting themselves on the board with the anchor matchup. I kind of want to see what Machabo and Moke are going to do, more so with Mizuha as well. Mizuha had his chance to play in week number 1 with that Colleen. But yeah, for the most part, the question remains, like, what are the other players going to do to step up to the plate? I think there's going to be a lot of thinking that needs to be done for these next couple of matches. I think their next matchup in general wouldn't happen until the 19th of October, where they have to face off against Nagoya Ojo Bodystar. So they're gonna have a lot of time to sit and think about how they've been playing their games.
I really like how much time they have to prepare, you know, like, and most of the team every week only have like 1 matches at most, so they can really sit down and strategize, have some yakiniku, have some Discord call, you know, practice time. Practice time is very, very emphasized, you know, there's a lot of time, so there's no worries at all, you know, for the teams having to prepare for the tournament. That's why we get to see one of the best, you know, when it comes up, you know, to the match.
Yeah. As we see there again, Machibo, Moke, Mizuha have a lot to think about over dinner on Mago. I will say Mago got the W. He should pay for everybody's dinner, right? That's how it works out.
Nah, Mago shouldn't pay for anything. You know, the rest of the teammates should pay for the dinner. I think Mago is the only one scoring points for Gyogun, you know. So I think the rest has to be the one like buying dinner for Mago. And
I respect that.
Look at how well Mago is dealing with these orbs, you know. Like Sako is just like shaking his head, not able to deal with anything with the B trigger. See, again, having like the B trigger orb right here. Mago with the EX dive kick getting out of the corner, and that conversion is sick. This is a sick conversion from Sako, but Mago still survives it.
Yeah, Mago navigating past all of the orbs, you weren't even kidding. Even the reactions, by the way, with Critical Art against the heavy punch recovery, that was actually so sick. But you had a very valid point, right? On top of having a very strong offense, I think navigating past Minot's orbs is pretty crucial. Like, having that strong defense is what needs to happen if you want to play this match.
This is also the round where Sako loses all the momentum, I felt. Like, he has so much health late, but he threw the game away, you know? And there you go, he didn't score that 2 point in this situation. It's kind of sad, but I think that it's really okay for, you know, Roto Z at V6 FFE. What stats is that?
That is nasty. How many jumps?
Out of 17? I never seen this kind of stats. Tell me something. What is 17?
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna see some really abnormal anti-air stats when it comes to people playing against Cammy because of the dive kick. That's literally gonna be the only issue. Anybody who gets like 100%, I will personally DM them and be like, hey, what's your PayPal? I will give you money for a 100% anti-air rate against Cammy.
Bro, there's just no way, you know, you can have 100%, you know, against a character like Cammy. But 5 out of 70, like that stats really shows how much Cammy is jumping. Like, so if you are one of those people who can't take Cammy jumping against you, don't worry, you know. Everyone is having a problem against Cammy jumping on us, you know, with this trajectory, the V trigger, the EX dive kick. So you are not alone, guys.
To be fair, it's very difficult to contest Cammy when it comes to the anti-air department. I'm just saying, we all succumb to it. There are times where we can't stop every dive kick, you know, it happens. You hear the home team interview with Bonchan saying the other team getting 2 points is totally all right. Sako is probably still warming up for the season since it's his first match of the season. We do get a little bit of insight from Sakonoko as well. He was the reserve not too long ago, back in week number 1. So there's going to be plenty more to see from this team overall, you know, being one of the favorites. Currently sitting at 8 points, if I'm not mistaken. And Sako saying everyone is playing perfectly except himself. But again, in due time, we'll see how this team rises up to the occasion. But Gyogun, again, started from the bottom. They do have 2 points now on the board. Not too bad, considering this is only their second game. There's going to be plenty more to see from them. Very excited to see how it plays out.
I'm still kind of surprised that, you know, they decided to put Sako to play against Cammy. You know, I really think that Bonchan can be the anchor for the second time. Maybe they don't want Bonchan to always hold the position of the anchor. But Karin is a pretty good pick against Cammy, so I'm very, very surprised that Bonchan is not the one who came out again. Sako, being said that, did really well for a bad matchup. Almost got it, choked a little bit. You know, first match of the day, of the season. I wouldn't say he did bad, and you know he is gonna come back with more great performance because he is Sakonoko.
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt, right? We're seeing pretty much the third day of Street Fighter League Pro-JP 2021. We had Nagoya Oja Body Star happen to go up against Saishusen Seoul Kumamoto. You saw how that turned out. Tie game. Another set of tie games also from V6 Plus FAV Roto Z against Team Gyogun. You know, both of these teams are actually all 4 of these teams, although getting the ties 2-2, they all played pretty well for themselves.
Yep, and for the next, 2 days later on Thursday, don't forget, you guys should be tuning in because we're gonna have Mountain Beast, Daigo's team, Fudo, and right now we have Roto Z being the highest point on the top, and Margo Gyugan's team on the bottom, having already played 2 matches. The score doesn't look too balanced, but the next time, 2 days later on Thursday, you can see more matches from Mountain Beast against Komufa Detonation.
Right, so FFV Roto Z at 7 points. I thought it was 8, my mistake. It was 7 points indeed. And then we're going to see the rest of the matches played out. As you mentioned, Mildon Beast versus Komufa Detonation. And then the second match after that on the 14th is going to be Good 8 Squad versus Shinobi-ism Gaming. You guys do not want to miss that. We'll be sure to post it up. If you guys haven't done so already, follow Xian on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, as well as following the Capcom Fighters or the Capcom_esports channel. You can see what the schedule is looking like, and look how broken all of these teams are. You guys definitely do not want to miss it. Some of our favorite players in Japan are getting ready to duke it out. From all of us here at the desk, Xian, it's been an absolute pleasure getting through another day of Street Fighter League matches. If you guys had enjoyed it as well, please let everybody know. Let Capcom know. Let us know as well. Highlight some of your favorite moments and tell us what you're looking forward to for the next one. Tell us who your favorite teams are as well. From all of us here, over to you guys. We hope you have a great day, morning, noon, night, whatever it may be. We do appreciate you guys tuning in to Street Fighter League Pro-JP 2021. See you next time.